This episode will be dedicated to the latest release from Violet Grohl, the daughter of Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters fame. So if you want to hear more, please stick around. This is All Gas, No Trash. My name's Adam. Welcome back to the program. Welcome to a brand new episode. And before we get underway, we do have to do the Game Rage No Curse Minute, where we kill the first 60 seconds of the program in order to play nice with the YouTube algorithm. First off, I want to give a quick thanks to everybody that has been listening to our program on RSS, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you've been listening. We sincerely appreciate it, especially those that have been listening on YouTube that continue to like, comment, and subscribe. We sincerely appreciate it. We are just under 150 subscribers, and I can't wait to actually reach that number. So thank you to all of you that have supported us. Additionally, we have one other episode that we'll be putting out regarding Jelly Haha, so be on the lookout for that, and that'll be the Game Rage No Curse Minute. This won't be a particularly long episode, but let's go ahead and get underway with the introduction. So this episode is regarding the latest single from Violet Grohl called What Is Heaven Without You, or What's Heaven Without You. And there is quite a bit of info provided on the Bandcamp profile of Violet Grohl that I could find. There's a little message that is written with the song. So let me go ahead and read it verbatim, because there is quite a bit to read. For David Lynch, so this is the start of it. For David Lynch, this song was written in his memory alongside two of my favorite collaborators in the world, Persia Newman and Justin Raisin. A few days after the chaos and devastation of the LA fires, we came together in our sadness and grief and let it pour out into this song. We hope you can find some resonance in it. The impact he left on our art is truly magical. We miss you, David. So this seems to be talking about both the LA fires in addition to their admiration for David Lynch, the filmmaker, or at least that's what I could pull out of it, if it isn't already spelled out for us. But anyways, so we have this new song that we're going to be checking out. I haven't given it a listen or anything like that, but with respect to the two people mentioned, I looked into it, and it seems like Persia Newman is the daughter of Gary Newman of Two-Way Army fame and also his solo career. And then you have Justin Raisin, who has credits of working on Charlie XCX's early works, if I'm not mistaken. Well, at least it says early credits include Charlie XCX. It doesn't say what specifically it is, but also has worked with Sky Ferreira in addition to producing and co-writing Kim Gordon of Sonic Youth's fame, her album called The Collective, which was Grammy nominated for Best Alternative Album in 2025. So these are people that are either have pedigree in music or are already established in the music scene. So you know that these people know how to write a song or two, including Violet Grohl, as we've seen with her previous song that she released not too long ago. So this is another opportunity to see what Violet Grohl has to offer as a solo artist, and, you know, to separate herself from her father, to have a degree of separation and come into her own as an artist, which is, I think it's a very hard thing to do when when your parent or guardian figure casts a long shadow. So we'll see how this plays out. It's something that we'll be keeping an eye on. And without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the music. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. Once again, the track is called What's Heaven Without You from Violet Grohl. Pull it up on Bandcamp. I might have to post the link in the comments section for you to check it out. But if you can already do so, if you have it on your, if you have internet on your mobile app, or if you can pull it up on your computer, type in What's Heaven Without You, Violet Grohl, and then Bandcamp, and it should result in the page being pulled up, and then you can check out the track on Bandcamp. So once again, we're listening to What's Heaven Without You from Violet Grohl, going in. Welcome back. That was Violet Grohl with her track called What's Heaven Without You. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Yeah, this track is very much what she said in her little message for this song. And it is very much inspired by David Lynch. It has that Twin Peaks-esque sound, and it has the strangeness and surrealism that you would imagine for something that could be used for like a David Lynch film or David Lynch soundtrack. And, it makes me think of this artist that I really used to enjoy when I was younger. Her name was Nicole Atkins, who made an album called Neptune City that I was a big fan of, that also was very much inspired by David Lynch. and I'm not really sure what's gonna happen with Violet Grohl's solo album, because she has, of the two songs that we've heard, we've gotten like the Queens of the Stone Age rock type of sound, and we've also gotten this David Lynch type of sound, and they're both very cool to hear. So who knows how many more shades of Violet Grohl we're going to be getting with a solo album, but it's very cool to hear these two distinct and different types of songs, especially for her two singles that she's going to release, and who knows how many more are on the way. But I'm curious to know what Persia Newman did on this track. I'm not sure if I heard like synthesizers in the background. Maybe that was her playing her part in the song, and for this Justin Razor guy to serve as executive producer, I'm sure he was kind of like, or excuse me, as a producer, I imagine he was just kind of like a guiding hand to see where this song can go and to make it as good as it can possibly be. But I do very much enjoy the track. It is kind of limited on lyrics, so I think that's maybe a strength for this track, to kind of keep it short and sweet. And there are allusions to David Lynch about, count me out, what's heaven without you, who, somebody who recently passed away. And then we have, I guess, the reference to the fire, skin to skin, nothing around you, implying that, everything burned down and all that stuff. Follow you there, but I can't let myself through, kind of wishing, possibly implying that she's wishing that David Lynch could come back and she can, reach out and grab him, but he's no longer with us. But as far as like the first verse, we have blue eyes, eyes burning, smoke dies, prize curtains, unclasp my hands, they're hurting, they hurt. It's kind of like very, very concise storytelling told here. This is a good song. Perhaps the developing concern that I'm having is, when are we going to get the signature sound of Violet Grohl? And I think that is going to have to come from a full-length album, because there is maybe questions I have about the two singles we've heard, which include, okay, we have Applefish that sounds kind of like Queens of the Stone Age, right? And then we also have this David Lynch-esque track called What's Heaven Without You, that are both inspired potentially by their respective, by the respective people or bands that Violet Grohl might have taken inspiration from. But at some point, as you grow older, you kind of distill down your inspiration, your taste into your own flavor, right? Or your own personality that you can bring to your music. I want to see that come out on the debut album when it eventually comes out, possibly this year. I'm not even entirely sure, but I want to see what the signature sound of Violet Grohl sounds like. And we haven't gotten that with these two tracks yet. And that's not to dock any points from her in any regard. It's just, I want to see what Violet Grohl herself can bring to the table as far as creating an original sound. So anyways, that'll be the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And we have one more on the way for you. It's going to be about Jelly Haha if you want to tune in. So I'll catch you all next time, and I'll see you next episode.